Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, 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 I'm so glad to be back, even though we were here last night, but we do it because we love you, and or we're bullshitters.
Yeah, and or is my favorite answer. Up next, the last standing Samoan, Nick Utam.
How's it going?
And finally, Kendo Slice.
Welcome. Enjoy your stay.
See, I didn't bring kayfabe tonight, dude.
That's right. I'm going to cut a promo on you guys later. I'm going to turn heel.
Yeah, sure.
No, not again.
What have you been this whole time, dude?
Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe I'll face turn.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll turn face this weekend, like, when we're out Saturday night. Like,
I don't know. He's been the knee? I don't know.
you
Well, guys, we've had essentially 2 episodes in one day, so this is a first for World Class Bullshitters. But we didn't blow our loads last night. We're back with a full episode of pop culture goodness. But before we get into that, let's give a very special shout out to our listener of the week, James Shirk. I've known James for quite a while, and I learned that he listened to our show. So he's been a friend for probably about 7 years now. So at his request, eat shit, Joel. Yeah, he's like, I need a favor from you. Make fun of Joel more often. So there we go. Joel, you're old.
got it.
I'll never forgive you for New Year's 2011.
Ooh, what happened?
Nothing happened. That's why it sucked. Dion fell through a window.
Yep.
I wasn't there.
Oh my god.
I could have been there when Dion fell through a window and didn't wipe his ass. But no. Joel's like, let's go to the piano bar and smoke cigars and drink whiskey and all this shit. I didn't do any of that shit. I just walked around because I had to drive.
How did you guys become middle-aged businessmen?
Because Joel was like 43 at the time.
Oh, yeah, you guys
What
are
is he,
middle-aged.
55 now?
90. Who's
62.
counting, though?
Oh, jeez.
All right, so now let's do what we always do and thank our newest patrons. So first off, Kyle Foreman pledged $5. Andrew Woods pledged $1, and let's see, Balint pledged $1. Caden Garcia pledged $1. William David Lee pledged $1. Justin Ainsworth, and a guy who requested to remain nameless has pledged as well. So he knows who he is. So thank you. We will get to your guys' commentaries and stuff in February. I decided that we're going to do one a month. That way it kind of spaces it out so we don't all of a sudden have like a backlog of like 40 movies that people want us to review. So if you are a certain level patron and you want to be on the show with your commentary or whatever, let me know and we'll work around your schedule and we'll make it happen. Alright, so that is it for Patreon this week. Now, let's get into the news, because next week it's irrelevant. So, this is a fairly new news story. A couple of our fans have mentioned it. I had it written down before I saw it from them, but word on the street is that Jumanji 3 is going to open close or against Star Wars Episode 9. What do you guys think of this?
What?
Be awesome. Fucking you've been killing them since you came out with this one. I mean, why not? Keep it going. Nice little acknowledgement to the fans that are pissed at Star Wars. Like, hey, we were your alternative when this shit show came out. We'll be your alternative in the future.
Yeah. We got a movie rivalry coming down the pipe. I
God,
like
I
it.
hope so. I hope so. I really do.
I can't believe we're on Sony's side.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like
the
know,
enemy of my enemy is my
lesser of
friend?
two evils.
I don't know.
Yeah, lesser of two evils, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at some of Jumanji's things, because according to this commercial, it's been the #1 movie in the world for 4 weeks in a row, a feat that Star Wars The Last Jedi cannot claim. I think Star Wars was #1 for 2 weeks straight, and that's it, and then Jumanji came out and has beaten it consistently.
Yeah.
Now, we can't lie and say that Jumanji's made more money than Star Wars. No. Domestically, it's about 60-40. Star Wars. Well, the number worldwide 772 million. Domestic is 320.5. Foreign is 451.8. So Jumanji's kicking ass, and it's not like the little engine that could, because it's a big franchise. It has The Rock in it. There's a lot of star power. But Star Wars is like $750 million less than where The Force Awakens was, and now you got this dickhead over at Forbes trying to make excuses like, oh, it's okay that it's $750 million less, blah blah blah. Motherfucker, your time is about to come next week, because I'm going to look into your bullshit Star Wars articles, and I'm just going to make an all-encompassing video about you and how you shilling for Disney is good for no one. Because it makes me respect Forbes less as a publication. I always think of Forbes as like this great financial, there was the Forbes 500 list and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I held it in high regard, and now I got this dickhead who doesn't really know what he's talking about in terms of Star Wars. And everything's fine. Star Wars, the next one can make $8 domestically. That's okay, guys. That $8 is really important. Oh, they pre-sold all the merchandise, blah, blah, blah. They're fine. $8 doesn't matter at the box office. Fuck off, dude. You are garbage.
And then
Yeah. Well, I was going to say real quick, whenever you make that video, let me know so I can tag them in it and just hopefully they see it and get pissed off.
When we start attacking like journalists and quotation marks and shitty YouTubers, I will tag you so you can see, or so they can see what people truly think of them. So when we get to Mundane Matt and Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman and all those losers, everyone retweet that shit constantly. We want them to see us.
Oh, yeah. We're going to war, boys.
Yeah, well, when you rip off our videos, like, Tales from the Comments section, which is fucking, it came out after Comment Slam, then we stopped doing it, so he stopped doing it, and then he put out a video to kind of, like, try to confuse people, like, oh, it was my original idea the whole time. No, it wasn't, dude. Yeah. Talk shit about you enough that you know, because you're one of those people that's like, oh, they said something bad about me. I gotta see how bad these losers are. And then you're like, that's a good idea for a video, so you stole it.
Yeah, bastard.
Yeah, well, we don't do it anymore, and look how the channel's grown. A lot.
Yeah.
Real quick though, with the whole Jumanji versus Star Wars thing, I think it's a bold move, but Star Wars is gonna win because
it's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars, and Jumanji 3 is not gonna be a continuation of Welcome to the Jungle. It'll be a new cast, all this shit. It won't have The Rock and Karen Gillan and all these other things. So, and Jack Black's character won't be the same. I think it was a perfect storm of like characters and story, and even the Jonas Brother did great. You're not going to get that with Part 3. You're going to get some weird, I don't know. You can't call it a weird PC-driven movie, because this one was kind of, I guess, safe in that regards. But we'll see. It's 2 years away. I just don't see it happening. You guys agree?
I mean, after,
the line is I agree, Jeff. Come on now.
Oh shit! I fucked up. Yes, Jeff. I agree with you, Stuff.
Oh wait, we got a black guy on the show. Remember that guy in the comment section that was like,
Yeah, he said we need to actually talk to a real African American. So guess what, Dion? Your card's been pulled.
Yeah, I guess so. By some motherfucker in the YouTube's comment section who's too stupid to not only listen to the goddamn show, but look at the fucking pictures, bruh.
Well, he's called Roots Magazine, so whatever.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
He knows everything.
Oh, shit. A whole magazine about one show that happened years ago.
It was a good show.
It was the biggest event of 1977 on TV.
Yeah, but it came out in the 70s. Like,
it had LeVar Burton in it. And the Juice.
He was loose back then, so...
Yeah, he chased LeVar Burton down on a riverbank. He probably would have beat him to death if he'd gotten the chance. Allegedly.
I've never seen Roots, so... But real quick, I googled LeVar Burton to see what his net worth was, and you know what pops up?
What?
A weird picture of him in a Speedo. I instantly stopped looking at all celebrity net worth for the night, so thank you, LeVar Burton.
That'll do it.
I like money, but when I see LeVar Burton in a Speedo, I don't like anything. I just want to go to sleep.
I'm going to quit now.
You want to see my reading rainbow?
I don't want to see anything on you. Come on! Just go away.
No thanks, Jordy.
Oh, my God.
So, I guess we should keep up with our fantastic Star Wars news real quick, just so the listeners don't get too upset that we didn't talk about the Force this week. So, according to IGN.com, Star Wars The Last Jedi novelization features the funeral of Han Solo. And it says, Rian Johnson revealed a number of scenes cut from The Last Jedi will feature in the novelization, including Han Solo's funeral. And this came from the Star Wars show, which is the most useless piece of content possible. Like, the Star Wars show, it's just a fucking commercial. But what do you guys think? Listen to this sentence again. A number of scenes cut from The Last Jedi will feature in the novelization. Why weren't they in the fucking movie?
I'm sorry.
No, just go ahead.
I think that it's hilarious. Again, we're in this world where no one wants to make a complete movie anymore. So instead of actually putting the scenes in the fucking movie, or just, do what normal movies do, just make it a deleted scene, Hey guys, they're not. I didn't put it in the movie, but you should go read the book. I mean, I'm not saying you should go read the book so you can buy more merchandise, but you should read the book and buy it and read it. Fuck you, Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
I love how he's on Twitter all the time, like defending his movie now. Like that's his job now. Like he's on Twitter on his phone all the time defending his shit.
Every
all
day
the
there's
time.
a
know
new
it's not
excuse for
good.
this dick.
When you have to, when you fucked up so bad that the fans are confused, and you have to explain everything to them via Twitter, and that's your job for the next like month and a half. You fucked up.
Yeah, because the movie is supposed to speak for itself. Everyone still bitches about certain scenes from episode 1 and whatever. It doesn't matter how many times George Lucas goes and clarifies it or whatever. But oh no, it's okay if Ryan Johnson does it because it's Disney, and you know the Last Jedi was so good,
It's a
that it can't
masterpiece.
make any sense. Well,
Yeah,
when
it
you're
was
an
too
idiot,
smart
this
for-
would be your masterpiece.
It's too smart for us normal dumb people.
Here's the thing, it's too smart for us in America, but it's too stupid for people in China, so they kick it out of your country in record time. When will the excuses fucking stop?
What was it? 2 days? 3 days?
It was like a week and a half, but still,
Oh, okay.
it's a new lap record, like I said last time. It's embarrassing for Disney and Lucasfilm. It's like, oh, the biggest market in the world, the soon-to-be biggest market in the world. Oh, they don't like us here. I really wish, like, when they would make The Lion King and all this other shit, they're like, anthropomorphic animals are against our religion. You can't show your movie here. So China effectively wipes Disney off of its, like,
Oh my
schedule.
god, that'd be so good.
That'd be fun.
Be amazing.
So
Gotta love it.
Ryan Johnson went on further to say, this is the kind of fun stuff you can get into a novel that you can't always get onto the screen. What the fuck?
It sounds okay. It sounds like he thought of it either after the fact, or like he's like, "Oh, dude, we can totally do this." And you know, it's like, "Oh, I want to put this in the movie," and then the Captain Kennedys like, "No, no dudes, no more dudes." Okay, he's dead. He fell over. End of story. You know, that's it. Done.
Plus, I like how he thinks that the way to fix it is, oh, I know it'll really make everyone not pissed at me. Han Solo's funeral. Oh, you mean the very thing that reminds us of the moment that you fucked the franchise in the asshole and threw in the goddamn garbage and set it on fire? Yeah, I can't wait to fucking read that part of the book, asshole. That's the stupid thing. Like, literally, oh, hey, this is the part of movie making in the fandom that is so fun. You can do things with the books that you can't do with the movie. Hey, Ryan, I got a fucking suggestion, buddy. Do it in the fucking movie, you fucking idiot.
I bet
Well-
Ray gives the eulogy too.
Oh
was
my-
I
no.
was his best
No.
And it's the
friend.
greatest eulogy that's ever been heard in the entire galaxy.
The question is, where will this funeral fit in? Because this movie takes place minutes after.
Yeah.
Hightails it. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, like it's like because Finn's still in a coma, and it's like the next day. So
Well, it's okay. He's one of the photon torpedoes that shoots out of the ship towards the enemy ship. That's what it is.
Or they just literally do a recap of the torpedo scene from Wrath of Khan, and they actually put like Kirk and Khan in it, and then they just randomly go back to Star Wars shit, and the reader's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then someone comes out of their closet, and it's like classic Ryan, and then just closes it, and disappears.
Oh god. Oh man.
It's like verbatim. It just
Oh dude.
he was the most human.
well, the
and
funny
then-
thing is, they can't do any of this because remember, his body fell off that
Yeah.
catwalk, and then it blew up.
Well, they could have a
Jeff,
candlelight vigil.
Jeff, you're trying to point out something in the franchise that randomly brought back Anakin's lightsaber after it fell down the shaft in Bespin, and then they just said, that's a story for another day. So I don't think it's very hard-fetched for them to just, hey, we got Han's body.
Fine,
guys.
Dion, you're right, okay? And hopefully they put him in one of those pooled Lazarus pits from Batman, and he comes back to life. And he's like
Oh my
crazier
god.
Han Solo.
Oh my god.
And they CGI his face so he's younger, but he's like kind of
Rayshard.
rapey.
Rayshard Solo.
Evil Solo. And then and all of a sudden he comes out of the pool and he's got like a mustache, and that's how you know he's evil.
Yeah, the League of Space Assassins.
He
or
brings back
Spassins.
the sideburns from the first movie.
Oh shit! There you go. Yeah, that's what it is. He's got the evil sideburns.
He was so cool in that first movie, and he was cool in the original trilogy. But god damn, did he suck in the Force Awakens?
He sounded like an old man who had the shit and wanted to go home.
My leg is broken. Harrison, don't stand in front of a fucking door. Fuck off. Like, Jesus, dude.
Okay, Harrison, no more planes, no more doors, dude, okay? No. All right, just no.
It's the last time I'm saying this shit.
I wanted him. I wish you would have said in Force Awakens, like, get off my plane or something. Like, I would have shit myself.
I hope Harrison Ford
They
keeps
don't have the cool factor to do that in Star Wars now. They're too busy fingering each other and smelling their fingers and being like, "Yep, that's a good script."
Wow, damn,
that explains so much.
Like,
Or they have interns like raking through fan fiction. It's like, all right, these 20 sound somewhat feasible. Let's keep dwindling down until we find something we like, or just combine all of them together and just make a giant pile of shit, and that should be okay.
And their interns are like that scene in Paul where they're just in a vault reading a bunch of letters and writing a bunch of shit down, and they're like, "Hey, Johnson, give me that goddamn idea." Yes, sir. I would really like a glass of water. Shut the fuck up. Get water. Give me the goddamn script. Yes, sir. I'm just so thirsty, sir.
I can't wait till we have like a big enough fan base that somebody will narrate or animate the shit Dion says.
Oh my god.
That would be awesome.
Well, that would be. That's coming down the road. So, god damn it, Star Wars. Could you guys have like a piece of good news come out once? Like, hey, we're remastering the original trilogy in 4K, and we're going to release alternate cuts of the film, and there you go. Now's the time to put this shit out, so like we stop thinking about how garbage the latest product was. And
here's what you do. You go get the Christmas special, do a 2K scan, and put that out on Blu-ray. Just because we want it. Just because it's got to
Whoa! Speak for yourself. I've seen that thing. It's shit.
Oh no, it is shit. But if it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, I'll buy it just to have it because it's hilarious. It's bad. I'll give you that. But just to shut everybody up and to make everybody happy and do something.
Talk about not knowing what the hell you were doing when they literally have a thing called Earth Day in Star Wars.
Life Day.
I mean, what the fuck?
Dude, it was so bad that I couldn't even get through it. Like, I found it on YouTube a couple years ago, and I just skipped through to watch the Boba Fett cartoon. And then on Blu-ray, they have the Boba Fett cartoon, and that's all you need to see.
Yeah, I remember I found it on YouTube as well. I skipped through it. Like, it took me 3 minutes, and even that was too long. I was like, this is too horrible to watch even at this pace.
It just goes to show you how shitty the 70s truly were.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, while we're talking about the 70s, let's talk about a homage to blaxploitation flicks with Black Dynamite 2, something I'm actually excited about.
Oh, my God.
So the trailer was essentially nothing but him smoking a cigar and lighting some dynamite, but god damn it. That alone, I'm sold. I will buy tickets tomorrow.
Oh my, Michael J. White, for the love of God, just put it out already. We'll like do a pre-order or something. I will buy 2 copies. I swear, I will buy them right now.
I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be fucking great.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it looks like the movie with Fred Williamson in it. I think Boss.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that because he's wearing a cowboy hat and he's like smoking a cigar and he's lighting up like a thing of dynamite. I was like,
Did you just censor yourself?
Yes, I did.
I thought so, because you're like, boss. Okay. well, fans, why don't you just Google Fred Williamson boss, the word begins with N and ends with R, and we'll give you a hint. It sounds like Tigger. There you go. That's the movie.
Another thing is try to find the song for that movie. It's fucking amazing.
I don't think I can understand what word you're talking about. I'm lost.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk off air. You know, Nick, you talked about finding a song that was incredible. I found the fucking theme song to Halloween 3 today. That's an incredible song, too. It's so weird.
I know.
But back to Black Dynamite. Dion, do you remember all the times we used to sit in the old apartment and watch Black Dynamite together?
Dude, I was looking for it, so I said, fuck it. I ordered it on goddamn Amazon on Blu-ray. I was reliving those times, especially on like Thirsty Thursdays when we would just get drunk and we would be laughing so hard we had to pause the movie and say it like 5 times, and then we start watching it. God damn, I love that fucking movie.
It was like, shut the fuck up, so-and-so. You want me to tell you about the Crenshaw Pete with the hot-ass coat hangers? Do you, bitch?
We should do a commentary on that for next month.
We should do all
Seriously,
blaxploitation
I think-
flicks for February.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we did have a fan suggest like Blank Man, Meteor Man, and like Steel or whatever, like black superhero movies.
We should do some black superhero movies for YouTube, and then
That
Patreon
fucking
gets...
that fucking idiot. Oh, we should. This is important to us. And I literally was just like, so are you saying that we haven't had black superhero movies? Blade and Spawn called. They said, shut the fuck up. We should totally do that. Absolutely, just for that.
Yes, yeah, Blade. Yeah, we should definitely do Blade. Oh my god.
Well, okay, let's
Definitely.
do Blade. Let's do Blade. Let's do Spawn. Let's do Black Dynamite. What else you guys feeling?
Steel for sure, because that movie's
Steel.
so bad.
Steel's garbage. I'll watch that. I'll get really drunk. What we need to do, Dion, is on a Saturday we need to all take the time to try to record like 2 commentaries back to back.
Yeah.
That way we can just be drunk.
I like it. I fucking like it.
All right,
Don't
so
be a menace to
listeners,
South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
I like that movie. Dude,
I do
we
too.
have a problem.
USSR?
My favorite part of that whole movie is when he's trying to fuck the girl. He's like, "Ooh, girl, you so tight." She's like, "Wrong hole." I laugh every time. Every time.
For me, it's when he's making the cake, and then they're doing like he's fucking measuring out drugs and shit. And obviously, then they do the real. He pulls the cake out of the fucking oven. I don't know why. That's my absolute favorite scene in the whole fucking movie.
I like when he fucking decks the grandma.
Oh my god.
He fucking just nails her. She flies over, head over heels and like lands on her ass. She gets up. She's like, "You still hit like a bitch." Like,
I love her face when she's smoking the joint. Like she's like just getting really fucking stoned.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
pops
that's a great
out.
question. Which one is a better spoof? That one or Black Dynamite?
Black Dynamite.
Like Dynamite.
Black Dynamite's a fantastic film on its own.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd say
And
Black Dynamite's better than a lot of the blaxploitation flicks it's parodying.
Well, that's for goddamn sure.
Well, because it's parodying so many, and it's doing it so well. And I mean, they even showed it on film. I mean, holy shit, they went to that length to to make sure it looked that way. And oh man, I have the DVD and the Blu-ray, and I watched the cartoon on Hulu as well. And I mean, it's all fucking good. All good.
The crime dramas, the black kung fu movies, the goddamn it's just so good, so good.
Blaxploitation flicks are in a very special place, and they're also fun. It wasn't like, I don't know, mean-spirited. It was just like, hey, look at a different type of cinema. And for the most part, they all have value. Like, even Shaft is probably the best one, if I'm
By
being
far,
honest.
it's not even a conversation.
It is.
It's got the best theme song. Richard Roundtree was great. He's a cool character. Like, that song, everything they say about him is true. If they wrote a song about, like, James Bond, it would be very similar to that. Like, he fucks as many women as he can, blah, 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 and blows shit up. But Shaft. Yeah, can you dig it? Like, no, that was just... Even the Samuel L. Jackson isn't complete garbage, you know? Now, I've never seen Shaft in Africa. But...
That is horrible. Don't ever watch that. As your friend. You know what? Fuck that. We'll do it. We'll do a commentary.
I was gonna say, I'm
will
kind of
only watch
interested
it
now.
with me. You can only watch that with me because it's really bad.
Okay.
Fine.
He's fighting a dude and he fucking karate chops him and knocks him out. That is actually really funny.
We're gonna do I'm gonna have like so much work in February to do. On top of like, we're gonna do like 50 blaxploitation flicks. Oh, okay. One for every year Martin Luther King's been dead. You know, how's that sound?
God.
Cool 50.
We gotta keep it alive.
Well, I mean, and God, we could always do, what is it, Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song. I have that here somewhere for sure.
What's the movie where the dude got gonorrhea and then used workman's comp to pay for the rest of the film?
Shit.
That might be Sweetback.
I don't think so. It may have been because I watched the dramatization of it or whatever, like the movie of the making of it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember that in the movie, but that may have happened. I don't know.
No, I think Sweetback, he was like actually like selling drugs and shit. I think the one you're thinking of is something different. I can't remember. Gonorrhea to pay for the rest of it. God damn.
We'll find out because
we'll
next week is
we'll have to research that one.
Because next week is technically February. So,
Right.
You know what sucks is the fact that we can't do Live and Let Die during February because I know we're doing the Bond movies in order, but Live and Let Die is essentially a blaxploitation flick inside of a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so.
Does it?
perfect.
I was gonna say, would it line up for next February? But no,
Hell no. It'll be like
September.
August of this. Yeah, September or August of this year. So, I kind of want to do it out of order now. Fuck.
Maybe we'll just do like a special release of it next year for February.
Yeah, twice as nice because reasons.
Yeah,
plot.
Yeah,
it's plot. Yeah, plot.
Speaking of plots and reasons and movies and shit, who likes Mission Impossible?
It's a good franchise.
Yeah, they're okay. Okay.
Well, today they released the title of Mission Impossible 6. It's called Mission Impossible Fallout.
Kind of a shitty name.
Yeah. And there's a picture of Tom Cruise hanging on the side of a helicopter.
So they did a plane last one, and now they're doing helicopters?
Of course.
How many other vehicles can you do, bro? They did a train in the first one. They did a motorcycle in the second one. I don't remember the third one because J.J. Abrams directed it. The fourth one, there was a sandstorm.
Yeah.
In a parking lot. And now in the last one, there was a plane and the Kremlin. Or no, wait. Was the Kremlin the one before that?
Yeah, there's one before that. Rogue Nation was when he's on the side of the plane and it takes off. Because what was it? What was
Ghost Protocol was 4.
Yeah, that one. Protocol.
I liked Ghost Protocol quite a bit.
I mean, the thing is that also is with the current James Bond movies, there's not enough gadgets and stuff for me, anyways, because I like that in the old ones. So this does it for me with that, So I like that. I like all the weird gadgets and all the weird stuff he does to get the guys and he's and all the crazy things that happen in the movies. I enjoy them as dumb action spy movie flicks. So,
dude, that Mission Impossible and Kingsman are the best James Bond movies out there.
Oh my god! Well, we're not gonna get it. I don't think we're gonna get it. We're not gonna get another Kingsman. I really don't think we will.
I don't want another Kingsman. I mean, he married. You saw 2, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw 2.
He married the princess. That's it. Game over, true. Man. You win. You win the day.
I thought they said that they hired writers for a third one.
Did they?
That's what I thought. I have to look it up. I thought I read that Monday that they had hired. I can't remember the names, obviously. So I'm not much of a help right now. I thought that they had. I think it was 2 writers that they had drafted to start working on the third one.
Remember, they were going to remake the Monster Squad a couple years ago, and that never happened. So,
good point. Well, that's the Mummy fucked them over.
Fuck the Mummy. God damn it.
Well, I'm glad they didn't because that's like a Goonies, and you don't need to remake that shit. I'm sorry,
yeah,
you just don't.
I would punch everybody. I hope we're famous enough when they try to remake the Goonies that we just step in and we're like, no. We go on a hunger strike, and then our millions of subscribers go on a hunger strike, and then people are getting really sick, and it's Warner Brothers, you guys could stop all of this. No Goonies remake. And then Richard Donner's man, I'm about to die, but no Goonies remake. And his 40-year younger wife is look, I'm not about to die, but no Goonies remake. And then finally Warner Brothers relents and reneges on the idea, and we're done. No more no Goonies remake ever. No more remakes of 80s movies that were awesome. Even the bad ones don't remake.
Right.
You're not going to do a better job.
No, you can't. Like I said on last night's subscriber special, we don't even deserve it with the pop culture landscape the way it is right now. We don't even deserve to have that kind of shit. It's the world's not in a good place. Speaking of remakes and sequels and all that shit, which one of you guys had the news about the new Bill and Ted possibly happening?
That was me. All
right.
Well, let's see. This is, I guess, the site I get it from is IO9 News, and this is their yearly update for the Bill and Ted movie. And from what I've read so far, it's everybody's on board. They've got the writers and everybody. And let's see. Let's see, what was it? Here's the plot. There's actually this is a scene where they talk about Rufus and how it's going to be and what they had for it and stuff. It's there's actually a scene, one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie, where middle-aged, 50-year-old Bill and Ted return to the Circle K and see their teenage selves in Rufus, and actually interact with their teenage selves, played by actual teenage selves. They had returned to that scene in the Circle K when Bill and Ted first meet themselves, only now they're watching their younger selves and looking at the exuberance and joy that they had at that time in their lives. And they see Rufus, and they see George Carlin. There's also a character in the movie named Kelly, which is George's daughter's name, who has a very significant role in the journey. So George is a deep, deep part of it. So they are going to pay homage to George Carlin in it whenever it's made, if they even make it. But basically, what they're saying is that everything's in place. They have like the Keanu Reeves and the other guy. I don't know his name. I forget it. I'm sorry. Thank you. Are down for it, but nobody wants to give them money for it. That's the problem.
Well, patrons, if you donate a bunch of money, we'll give it to them, and we'll make Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah, we'll start the Kickstarter for them and everything.
Well, I guess the big thing was that they wanted a reboot, and Alex Winter and Keanu and the original director, they were all like, "No, we're not going to reboot it." And I guess they've been trying to get this shit. How long, Nick? Like 10 fucking years or something like that?
Yeah, dude, it's been about 10 years, honestly. Because
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey came out in 1991. So 27 years ago? Jesus.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, I would say, that maybe they didn't think of a part 3 back then. Now they're kind of gung-ho because they thought they saw the whole remake thing happening through Hollywood, so they got happy about it. They're like, oh, it can happen for us. Maybe we can get, part 3 made. And
do we, as a collective group, do you guys want a new Bill and Ted movie?
With the original, yeah. With like, if part of the story is them getting old, that's part of the characters, then yes. But I don't want like a fucking new guy.
Yes, because the outtake scenes can be incredible. Think about it. Like, they're standing there, like, the first time we see each other a while, and Bill's like, "Hey, what you been up to, Ted?" And he's like, well, not a whole lot. I went into the Matrix, and then I shot a bunch of people that killed my dog, and what about you? And he's like, "Oh, nothing, really."
I was on a show called 6 Feet Under, and then everything's a blur.
What? Okay, so me personally, I would rather see, like, if they're gonna do long-term sequels, I'd rather see Wayne's World because they're more interesting. Wayne and Garth to me are more interesting characters than Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted are awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love the first movie. I just watched it the other day, but they don't really seem to like have any purpose in today's entertainment. It's like, oh, great relic of 1989 and 1991 respectively, but what else are we gonna do? Like, we're literally going back to the first movie. That'd be like if they did another Back to the Future. It'd be like, well, they're going back to 85 when Marty's gone, blah blah blah. It would be so dumb and convoluted. I don't know. If you're going to do another Bill and Ted movie, just don't worry about paying respect to George Carlin and all this shit, because I like George Carlin. I think he was a great stand-up comedian, but he wasn't the best part of that movie. He was just a fine part of that movie. I enjoyed Bill and Ted more, and the dad and the mom and all these other characters. He
Napoleon.
was just there. Napoleon was great.
Yeah, he was one of the best parts of the movie. Fucking Napoleon Bonaparte trying to function in 1989 California.
Oh my God.
And also, I love the water slide.
And Genghis Khan as well. Come on.
Yeah. He just got back from Nakatomi Plaza, so
you're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong.
Well, I was actually watching a little video on Bill and Ted today. That movie was in the can for 2 years.
What?
Yeah, if you look at all the posters of Keanu Reeves, he's wearing a really bad wig.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that movie was made in '87 and came out in '89. Because Dino De Laurentiis' production company went out of business, so Orion Pictures just bought it up. It was already done. They were actually going to put it on cable. Like, it's just a cable movie for HBO. Luckily, that didn't happen because, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I think would suck is if they remade Bill and Ted, and then they would just basically use it as a platform. Like, we couldn't just have, like, a pure remake of, like, history and how... Because Bill and Ted presented history in just, like, a fun... way. We'd have to get like real weird and like modern political with it. It's like, oh, Abraham Lincoln and this and that. It's like, no, they just kind of took him from the White House. He did the Gettysburg Address or whatever. Party on, dudes, and all that shit. It was just like a fun, light
Party
movie.
on, dudes!
Yeah, I don't need Bill and Ted's Excellent Journey, the remake, to be like some deep political
social justice
throughout the ages. Yeah, because
some dickheads on these Kotaku-style websites are just going to be
Bill
like,
and Ted's
so
Social
smart.
Justice Adventure.
Well, I think if it was going to be that, if it was going to be that, they would have went ahead and did the reboots with, younger characters or remade them.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, with Zac Efron and fucking.
It would have been, dude. It would have been Zac Efron and Michael B. Jordan for sure.
Yeah. One of them would be black. Yeah, because you can't have two white friends.
It have to be that way. But with them holding on to it, with Alex Winter and those guys holding out for it, I think it definitely would be. I mean, if there's one group of dudes that would hold out to make it fun again, whatever the story may be, is even if you're looking outside of them seeing their younger selves, it wouldn't be a product at the time, even though which is weird considering the first two were definitely products of the fucking time. And then, dude, like those guys are, I think, in a different place than say Mike Myers would be for Wayne's World, where he's in this weird place where he's like this self-loathing former SNL guy that refuses to do shit now, as opposed to these two dudes who are like, hey, we're in our 50s. Let's fucking bring that to the characters. We love the characters. Let's just do something fun with it. I think that would be a better product than something like a Wayne's World sequel. Plus,
I don't think Bill and Ted though would split up like Wayne and Garth would. I feel like Bill and Ted would have been friends since 1991. Because Wild Stallions has to stay together.
Right, they changed the world or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see them like always being friends and shit. The only reason I brought up Wayne and Garth is because like Garth is smarter than Wayne.
Right.
Garth would just go on and be like. Garth would go on to invent Google or something, or Yahoo, and Wayne would be a fat, bloated old piece of shit who married Cassandra.
A fat bastard?
Yeah, he would be a fat bastard. Good joke. And he would basically suck the life force out of Cassandra. She would divorce him. He would have kids that resent him, and he'd be like a loser. And then the movie would be interesting to see him try to like get his life back together, and then Wayne's World becomes a show on YouTube or something. I don't know. Bill and Ted, I don't know what they would do with the characters. Like, more time travel? For what reason? Just to see themselves younger? Because they can't interfere with themselves in the first movie, or else, they fail out of school.
Well, you don't have to do that much. You just have to, because it was, what's his name trying to destroy Wild Stallions, just, that's why the George Carlin thing is really confusing. I was hoping it'd be like his daughter or some shit would come back. But, instead of, going back in time, maybe it's like they do something in their future and then they have to go back and get something, and you have that weird dichotomy where they're still friends but they're older dudes, so they do older dude things. It's like, oh man, remember when we were two dudes who were really shitty at guitars, and then we had to go in the future to learn how to play guitars to come back. Something like that would be a cool, like them, like the viewers looking back, it'd be them looking back on their lives. Like they don't talk the same, they barely do the guitar thing, and then then go back, like a real quick time travel thing, and then they go back to whatever the fuck they're doing in their present life or whatnot.
Well, if it ever happens, I'm sure we'll all go see it for the channel, and because Bill and Ted's been something we've all grown up with.
Oh yeah, oh god,
because we're so old, right? We remember.
Yeah, we're super old.
I still would like to see the ultimate duo face-off of Bill and Ted, Jay and Silent Bob, and other two-man groups. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Maybe in animation form, obviously, not a film, but
yeah.
That would be an awesome web series.
Yeah.
Who do you think would win?
Depends on who's directing.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who it is. Like if it's
Riggs and Murtaugh just win. Just over.
Because if Kevin Smith's directing it, we already know where this is going.
But I think Jay and Silent Bob would win because they're kind of violent.
That's true.
Wayne and Garth would get beat quick.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted would get beat quick because they're kind of pussies.
That's true.
They did get killed in the second movie.
Right, but they needed Death to help them out. So
Death!
Yeah, but
also
they gave him Melvin.
Also, why was Death German?
It wasn't.
We know the answer to that question.
It was William Sadler, the guy from Die Hard 2, the naked one.
I know that, but why wasn't he German?
Let's just look at 1914 through 1945. That's all you need to know is why Death is a German.
There you go.
What are you trying to say, dude? What's
Enriching
going on
us through history, Kevin. Thank you.
Just saying that during a 30-something year.
Before he lost his hair, Death was probably a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, weird kid.
Yeah. Named Hans.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
All right, Nick, so what else did you have, sir?
Let's see. The other thing I have is apparently the screenwriter for the original RoboCop, Ed Neumer, I can't say his last name, is working on a sequel to the '87 film that will ignore the events of 2 and 3.
Cool.
And the remake in 2014.
Even better.
I love robots. Robot 2.
Robot
I love
Cop.
Robot
Here's
2.
the thing. Here's the thing. I love 2 so much. I think two's better than 1 and 3, and I hate that he would do that because I fucking love 2 so much. But his statement is, it does.
Urban Christian did a great job.
Oh, dude, it was so good, so good. But his statement is, there's been a bunch of other RoboCop movies, and they recently remake, and I would say that this would be kind of going back to the old RoboCop we all love, and starting where we're going, starting there and going forward, and it's a continuation, really, of the first movie. in my mind, so it's a little bit more of an old school thing. I'm like, as long as it's that violent and that good, because the new remake was like political and bullshit and terrible, and it was just like it was all about like we're gonna get this robot and gotta this. Oh, it was so fucking horrible.
Yeah, Michael Keaton couldn't save that shit.
Fucking what's his name? Not Joel Kinnaman, whatever that fucking.
It was Joel Kinnaman.
Joel Kinnaman. That was just. He was just not. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like great. I thought it was very a man movie that when you're like, I really want to fuck my girlfriend, but I don't want to put a movie on that I pay attention to. That's the movie that you watch. And my whole problem with that is not with the fucking your girlfriend, but with the new sequel one would be if in order to do that, RoboCop's it's a very special Paul Verhoeven. The only way to really get back to that would be to get Paul Verhoeven to agree to make a fucking sequel, ignoring RoboCop 2, and I just don't see that shit happening. I mean, I can't think of anyone that would bring that level of violence, especially today. I mean, the whole Murphy's hand getting blown up and shot to shit by shotguns at close range. No one's gonna fucking do that. I can't think of a director that'll do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those movies were violent as hell, and I think 2 is more violent than 1. But there's no way they're gonna make them that violent and let them go out in theaters and stuff. And I would rather it be like he would ignore 3 on as opposed to 2 on.
Yeah,
because 2, I fucking love it so much. It's so good. It's such a good movie. 3 sucked. Ignore that and move on. Like make a new part 3 and move on from there. That's fine.
Yeah, 3 when they replaced RoboCop is when that's when you should ignore when it's a different dude playing RoboCop for sure.
Yeah, it was no longer Peter Weller. Yeah.
Oh, so he came back for 2, but not 3.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think he only came back for 2 because he was contractually obligated to do it.
Yeah,
I just remember as a kid that TV show threw me off guard.
Yeah.
Oh god, that TV show was so bad.
Yeah.
Now I would like
the cartoon was good. The cartoon was fun, but the live action one was garbage.
Yeah. Well, I would like if they would keep the design relatively close to the original RoboCop. I'm not saying it would have to be like the exact same suit, but I like the original design. That new one just wasn't right.
Yeah, it was way too slick and
it was tactical.
It was just
That's not RoboCop. Now I liked the ending when they did a callback to the original with all the silver. That one I liked. It was more angular as opposed to the original. But yeah, the whole red visor, that was fucking stupid. That was really bad. And then instead of it's his head, but he's the same, and he's like, I don't want to see my body like this ever again. Like, bitch, you're a robot. Fucking.
Well, dude, what you said brings up a bigger problem for me in movies is they either remake it or they're adapting something, and the character's not what you know or like until the last couple minutes, and then it ends, and you have to wait 2 or 3 years. And sometimes, like with RoboCop, he doesn't really turn into RoboCop till the end of the movie, and now there's never going to be a sequel or whatever. So instead of this leading you down a path of deception, just give the audience what they want in the beginning and enjoy the ride with the character. That's why I like Beverly Hills Cop 2 so much, because it's 90 minutes of Axel, Billy, and Taggart as friends instead of they have to meet each other and feel each other out. And then in the final battle, they become friends and trust each other with their lives. That kind of deal.
Yeah,
I like when you're friends from the beginning. It doesn't hurt to have a story where you don't have to build to liking the characters. Oh, this is a likable character. Let's just go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's why RoboCop 2 was so awesome. It was literally the next. You could see it was the next day. I mean, and things are still shitty in old Detroit, and it's just this new dude who's just as crazy. And he's fucking, because I think it was the second one that set the record for rounds in a movie, but it was just as fucking crazy as the first one. Then you have the new one where he's trying to uncover a conspiracy, and that's why he got killed. And then he still stays with his wife and kid in the new one instead of the old one. It's no. What the fuck is she gonna stay with him for? Oh, you can finger me with your robot fingers. I can't wait to have a marriage. No, that's not the character. That was his whole struggle in the first one. Was shit, I lost my life, I lost my wife, so much so that in the second one, that they start the movie with, he tells her, I'm not your fucking husband. My face is cold. I'm not, they honored him. I'm not Alex Murphy. But then the new one, they're like, oh, she stays with him, and he still has his son, and they're walking together in the fucking end of the movie. I'm just like, what? So you took away his whole motivation. So now that he's why am I interested in this character? Oh, wait, spoiler alert, I'm fucking not.
I love how passionate you are about this movie.
Yeah, because I think it was. Oh, God, it's so good. And I think I forget which one it is, one or two, but like he goes into the house and like it's like an open house thing. It's for sale.
One.
And he sees it's one. Okay. Yeah, and he sees the pictures and everything, and he has little flashbacks and stuff. Like the little flashbacks are like so powerful, I think, in those movies because it's like he's no longer human. These are just residual memories from his transfer to being a robot or a cyborg, in that term. And oh man, so good, so good. Also, part two ending boss battle is fucking amazing.
Oh my god! Even though it's fucking that claymation,
yeah. Oh,
so good. And when they're doing a goddamn press conference, and RoboCop 2 just literally starts shooting off into the fucking Kane starts shooting off into the fucking crowd, and they're fucking battling, and they're throwing each other down the goddamn elevator shaft.
Oh my god!
And he falls down the building. He starts shooting at the fucking cops. He's just killing multiple fucking cops. Lewis hits him. It's just so good. Then he fucking rips out his heart and his spine, crushes it, and then he's just like, "Oh, I gotta tighten my goddamn helmet," and then that's just the end of the movie. It's great. Just RoboCop.
It's so fucking good, man.
The dude's spine and brain. Come on.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's so good.
So what else you got, Nick? Anything else? Or are we gonna hand it over to Kendo?
I got one more thing. It's social media related. Let's see. It is Snapchat threatens employees with jail as Facebook lets it starve. Now, this has come out from another news source, but this was in the letter that was given to all the employees at Snapchat. There's a zero tolerance policy for all those who leak Snapchat incorporated confidential information. This applies to outright leaks and information, off-the-record conversations, and reporters, as well as any confidential information you let slip to people that are not authorized to know that information. Now, apparently, what's been happening is that a lot of their stuff has been leaking in the media before they're able to release it. It's been happening a lot lately, and here's my theory on that. Let me put on my tinfoil hat first. I remember we were on the podcast and like Jeff made a comment. I think we talked about like the mics in people's phones and you allowing them to work for Facebook and things like that, and they could hear what you're saying, and things will pop up in your feed that correspond to that. And I think Jeff said something about like an alien toy, and then it popped up in your Facebook that day. Mm-hmm. And I had that experience as well. So what I'm thinking is that Facebook is probably targeting their phones and listening to their conversations while they work, and they don't know it.
Oh shit!
And that's a theory. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. It's just merely a theory, because that's the only way I can see this happening. Because I mean, they've lost. Let's see. The company has lost a staggering $443 million in the third quarter of 2017. So, yeah. I'm going with that option. That's what I'm going with right now.
Goddamn.
Yeah. I don't like how they sell all of our metadata and all this shit.
Oh yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, everything's sold. I mean, yeah, that's why Facebook and Twitter and all this other stuff is free, because you say yes to that, that little contract in the beginning, and they're allowed to sell all of your stuff.
It's garbage.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
So, Kendo, close it out.
All right, I got a couple of things for you boys. First one is, everyone wants Idris Elba to play James Bond. They really do. But in a recent interview, he said he's not the right man for the job. In an interview given to Variety, Idris Elba says, I would be interested in having a Bond character other than being a male. He says it could be a woman. It could be a black woman. It could be a white woman. But I think that character, everyone would like to see filmmakers do something different with it. Why not?
I'll tell you why not, because it's not fucking James Bond.
It's true.
You piece of shit. Go fuck off with Heimdall. Don't worry about James Bond. Just because you're black and British doesn't make you the right choice.
Just if you want to do, if I want Idris Elba in a Bond movie, just make him Felix.
Yeah,
make him the bad. No, you don't want to get rid of Jeffrey Wright. He's awesome.
No. You're right. No. Make him the bad guy then. Yeah, make him the bad guy.
Make him the bad guy and kill him off and say he can never come back because he's fucking dead. Like, I'm so tired of Idris Elba. Oh, Idris Elba and James Bond. Why? Why is it James Bond? Why does James Bond have to be this social platform? He's a racist white dude who is a government assassin. He just does cool shit and fucks women. Like, that's it. He's not meant to be for everybody.
Oh, God, let him fuck women. Okay, just let him do it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if they ever make James Bond gay or bisexual or anything like that, or anything other than he's supposed to be, because it's the one dude. It's not like it's he's going to change who he is to go with the times. It doesn't work like that. It always works when the times change around him.
I don't think they will. I mean, especially since MGM almost lost him. And I know I've said it before, and I definitely will say that shit again. I remember when I was like, that'd be kind of cool. And then when you came up for New Year's a couple years ago, and you were like, no, and you explained it to me, I'm just like, that makes sense. Like, they'd have to re-explain everything again, and it would be a pain in the fucking ass. And it's like, amongst other things, not to mention the fact that I just don't think that they're gonna use this as a platform thing because they almost lost the fucking character. And I think at this point, with everything changing again, going back to the way that the Mummy fucking went, I think that people are getting really, outside Disney obviously, really scared to fuck with original characters to where they piss off the fans. The people that they're trying to covet don't come watch the fucking movie. And I think the first franchise to realize that was fucking the James Bond franchise, because again, I mean, I don't know how much money MGM had to shell out to keep the fucking character, but they almost fucked up.
Well, the thing is, make your own movie. You want a black female James Bond? Well, it's not James Bond. It's called Proud Mary, and nobody went to see that fucking movie.
Yeah, dude, even fucking, what's his name? The guy that wrote the song that I can't think that I like his music. John Fogerty. Even he was pissed at Proud Mary. He's like, that song I wrote had nothing to do with any of that. I'm like, I don't think that's where they got the idea, John, but you know what? CCR, baby.
The thing is, stop trying to make James Bond your thing. You're doing it with Star Wars, and look at what's happening.
Oh, exactly.
$750 million less. Stop fucking with what people like. People are invested in these franchises. Let money be the deciding factor, not some fucking idiots that write blog posts and that have never seen your fucking movies. Like, I wrote down a list of videos I'm going to make, and I'm going to make one this week, like I do my 10-minute videos, why James Bond is not a code name and why he can't be black. And I'll go into fucking excruciating detail to be the be-all, end-all of every James Bond codename theory video. No one will ever need to make another one because it's really simple. Watch the fucking movies. All the facts are there. But if you're too stupid and lazy to watch the movies, watch the video because I'll lay it out for you. And that's it. There's no more discussion to be had. It's a fucking fact at this point. It's not opinion-based. It's not my feelings matter. No, your feelings don't matter. It is what it is. Deal with it and shut the fuck up. Stop trying to make it a slow news day topic. Black James Bond. Never going to fucking happen. If it does, it's not James Bond.
Yeah. The article closes with a beautifully written paragraph that says, but maybe after the release of the highly anticipated all-female Ocean's 8 movie, studios may be ready to shake, not stir, things up by casting a female Bond by 2020.
Well, what are you going to call her?
Julia Bond.
It's James is the fucking name. What are you going to call her?
Julia Bond. And they'll have her played by the actual
Julia
porn
Bond.
star named
Yeah,
Julia
because
Bond.
Ocean's 8 is going to do so fucking well. God damn it. Like, I don't get, well, we're going to make a female James Bond. That sentence in of itself is fucking moronic. A female James Bond. How many fucking women do you know named James? None, number one. Number two, even
if it isn't James Bond, though, at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Why not just make her another 00 or something? Why do you have to do...
Like, the thing is, what these people don't remember is we had a female agent in Halle Berry back in 2002.
Yes.
Jinx wasn't that good of a character. Certain things don't translate to female and male characters. The female action movies that make the money aren't about a chick sleeping with a bunch of dudes. What was it? What was Lucy? That was weird and different.
Also,
James Bond's kind of formulaic in the same thing. And we're fine with it. It's world's in danger, action, high stakes. Gets laid. End of story. Some jokes in there too. They've never made James Bond movies overtly political to where it'll offend like a certain market. Even back in the day during the Cold War, the Russians weren't portrayed as these like heartless pieces of shit.
Right.
Smersh and Spectre. Well, Spectre was used in certain cases, and then towards the end of the Cold War, maybe the middle, end of the 70s, early 80s, they made what's his name, General Gogol, the Russian guy, kind of like an ally to James Bond and shit in a certain way. So they're always hesitant to do those things. And my biggest question is this: why change it? It ain't broke. Don't fix it. Don't change it. You can't fix it because it's not broken.
Well,
Yeah,
here's my
yeah,
other thing. To feed off of that, they did the fucking James Bond, female James Bond, quote unquote thing with Atomic Blonde. And it was okay. People watch. It wasn't like a huge success. They did it already. The only reason that they're doing it is to bank on the James Bond name. Stop acting like, oh my god, we need to see the character change. No, we fucking didn't. We saw it already with Atomic Blonde. The only reason they're going to do that is to trick you to fucking spending your money in a movie that's not going to be that fucking good because it's going to be people writing the movie who never watched the fucking originals. Not to mention, how do you translate James Bond, even if you want to go from Pierce Brosnan or Daniel Craig? How the fuck do you translate Daniel Craig's James Bond to a female? Like, what is she? Like, what is she? Is she like? That character doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel natural, and they're only doing it to attack. Like, what are they gonna call it? They're not gonna call it, James Bond in. What are they gonna fucking say?
It's if they try to say, "Oh, 007's now a woman," it's gonna blow up in their face because it didn't work with Ghostbusters. And I think when you have a franchise like Ghostbusters or James Bond, something that people hold so near and dear, that doesn't have as big a fan base as Star Wars. Like Star Wars, you could say 50% of the fan base hates The Last Jedi, but when it's 50% of 2 or 3 billion people as opposed to 100 million people, there's still more to outweigh the negative. Like those dumb people will go back and see it constantly and buy the merchandise when they could get it on clearance. Not with James Bond. Like James Bond has been around for 54 years. No, 56 years. Shit, I can't count. 56 years in cinemas because they've been smart with it. If you deviate too much, you're not... Like, Daniel Craig is as far as you can kind of twist the knife before, you bleed out. Like, before, all the James Bond guys looked the same, essentially. Roger Moore looked a little different, but they all were the same type of guy. They fit the same mold, and it was fine. And then they switched up with Daniel Craig, and people would argue, well, the Daniel Craig movies are the most successful ones. Skyfall is... But it's also the 50th anniversary, and 2012 was a really great year for box office receipts and all that kind of shit. So then Spectre made way less. I'm just saying, Daniel Craig isn't the best James Bond because his movies made the most money. Sean Connery's movies, even adjusted for inflation, with the exception of Thunderball, won't come in first place, but he's arguably the best one. So whatever. I'm tired of talking about James Bond. I'll make the fucking video this week, and then you can bitch about it in the comments. Well, the people that listen to this show won't bitch about it, but the other people that'll bitch about it, they can bitch about it in the comments all day, and that'll be it.
Yeah, because, I was going to say, I watched Atomic Blonde, and, I remember the advertisements kept saying female James Bond. It was not that at all. It was nowhere that. It was basically the action version of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It was the action version of that movie. That's what it was. And even then, it was adapted from a graphic novel called The Coldest City in 2012. So... Yeah.
And the film was a hit. It had a budget of $30 million. It made $96.7 million worldwide.
Yeah,
but
it was good. It was fun. I liked it. It was a good movie. It was about the Cold War. It was entertaining, but female Bond it ain't. I'm sorry, it wasn't.
No, it'll never. The female and James Bond just don't go together, man. Stop trying to do it.
They do too. James Bond goes right into the females.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and Proud Mary the budget was $14 million. It made $17 million.
Yeah, well, that movie looked stupid.
It did. Oh man, just yeah.
Even IGN, who tries to pull that progressive card, was like, it's not that good. But we gotta prop it up because it's a black female-led action movie. Well, we've had black female-led movies. Was it Foxy Brown?
Yeah,
that movie kicks ass. Pam Grier was awesome.
Pam Grier's the best, man.
Well,
Taraji P. Henson's not shit compared to Pam Grier.
Well, yeah, dude. There were lots of blaxploitation movies that she was the main badass female, and she was awesome, and they were great movies. But apparently, since they were made in the 60s and 70s, nobody wants to talk about them or give them any sort of credence. So whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Kendo, let's keep rolling before I go nuts.
Yeah.
I was gonna. Never mind, just keep rolling.
Other things that we'll be getting in 2020 besides the female James Bond. Vince McMahon says the NFL is returning in 2020 without gimmicks.
You mean the
XFL?
XFL?
What did I say?
NFL.
NFL.
Like the NFL hasn't left
Well,
yet.
maybe the NFL will come back and it'll be played by men.
Oh, shit.
This.
Oh, I got tapped in the head. I got to go to protocol. There's been a few before you start bitching at me in the comment section. Yes, I saw when Gronk got drilled and he got up and he didn't know what fucking time zone he was in. That's different. I'm talking about the other shit. Oh, my toe
No,
hurts. I can't play
anyone
football.
that says that it's a lesser game is a fucking idiot. Needs to stop complaining about this shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so the XFL, as we all remember, I remember it vividly. I was excited for it when I was a kid. I was like, oh, it's going to be cool. It's going to be like wrestling, but in a football field. It's going to be awesome because that was back when wrestling was good. You know, the Monday Night Wars and all that stuff, although they were over by then. Well, anyway, Vince, I guess, has learned from his mistakes because he's going to do things a little bit differently this time. He's giving himself plenty of time to get shit together, whereas last time he kind of slapped it together in like 9 months. So McMahon is the sole funding source for the league. He's going to be the only one that's paying for it. The initial outlay is going to be around $100 million. And the same amount WWE stock that he sold last month. So essentially he sold his stock for $100 million. He's going to put the $100 million into the league. Here are some of the features of the returning XFL. We're going to start with 8 teams. I really hope St. Louis gets one because it would be awesome. We're going to have 40-man rosters. So instead of 53 from the NFL, you're only going to get 40. There's only going to be 10 games, and the season will begin in January. The goal is for the game time to not exceed 2 hours.
Can we have less commercials, please? Can we have like very few commercials?
That's how you'll get a 2-hour game time because
Okay.
it won't be, here's the kickoff, and it's a touchback. We're going to commercial. Come back. Oh, hey, first, they're not going to get the playoff time. Timeout, back to commercial. We're not going to get any of that with this, apparently.
Good.
Because even me, as somebody that likes to watch football, at times I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So they punted the ball, and now we're on commercial. Now they just got back on the field. Oh, there's an injury. Commercial. It's like, fuck. Okay, any player with a criminal record will preclude them from playing. So if you got a criminal record, you're not going to play in the XFL. But that's okay. You can still play in the NFL. Yeah, just go to the NFL. There's a lot of people with criminal records playing in the NFL. Players won't receive forum to take personal stances on social issues on playing field.
Good luck with that.
That's like the big thing.
Yeah. McMahon told reporters that he has had no initial talks with media entities, so there's no media partnerships yet. And so we're gonna have some
shit if this
XFL
took
football.
off.
It's not.
Dude, I would love it.
I can't believe it's actually a thing that he's trying this again. This is crazy.
Yeah, we sit through garbage WWE every week, and now he's got to be like, "Hey, XFL." Hopefully, Vince just doesn't involve himself in wrestling for the next 2 years and let someone else more qualified handle.
Oh my God, I hope so.
I'm okay with that, but at the same time, I don't want him to die. This will fucking kill Vince McMahon. I thought this was a joke when I heard it. I thought that he's pulling this elaborate prank on the media, but this is fucking this is fucking insane.
Well, it
Yeah,
gets
it's a
better.
real video of it.
Well,
God, there's
here's
more?
where it gets better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So during the interview, he outlined the fact that he's saying that we're evaluating players based on many things, including the quality of human being they are. If you have any sort of criminal record or commit a crime, you aren't playing in the league. So then he was asked about it specifically from Johnny Manziel, Colin Kaepernick, and Tim Tebow. Vince had this to say. He goes, "You want someone who does not have any criminality associated whatsoever with them. Even if you have a DUI, you will not play in the NFL or XFL." Damn it! He didn't say that part. So that will probably eliminate some of them. Not all of them. If Tim Tebow wants to play, he can very well play. So we could see Tim Tebow in the XFL.
Oh, whatever.
But here's the better part. Here's Johnny Manziel tweeted after this thing. It says hashtag XFL 2020 at Vince McMahon. Apparently Johnny Football didn't understand what McMahon said about criminal records not being in the XFL. So we're going to get the XFL in January of 2020.
Well,
Every city's on the radar, he said. They're, it's going to have 8 franchises. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some cities that we can already say right off the top that are going to be for sure getting one.
Come on, Cincinnati. We need a team better than the Bengals.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be like, it's going to be Chicago, New York, Miami.
Los Angeles,
It can't
Miami.
be Chicago. Chicago is a frozen tundra in January. They don't have enough.
No,
indoor
that's
space.
Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
Yeah, they already have football franchises. You mean the most storied franchise in Green Bay is going to have another fucking football franchise?
No, that's not going to happen. No,
So even you brought up St. Louis. St. Louis couldn't afford the fucking NFL team that they already had. That's why they left.
No, that's not what happened, Dion. That is not what happened.
No one went to the games.
Yeah, it's because the team was terrible, which is fine.
Hey, look it. This is not a sports show, and people will probably be freaking out at this point.
Hey,
so
we need to have Skip and Shannon type stuff going on right here. It sells. Yes, I know.
No. Anyway, next story.
Fine.
It's going to kill Vince McMahon.
My Jeff story of the week. All right, guys. So I'm sure some of us probably watched Barney when we were kids. I didn't. I was too old for Barney when he started coming around.
Yeah, so was I.
But Barney the dinosaur, the guy that played Barney in the suit, is now a tantric sex therapist.
Wait, what?
The actor who played Barney the dinosaur for 10 years went from starring in children's shows to running his own tantric sex business. David Joyner, who wore the purple Tyrannosaurus Rex costume, so now he's Tyrannosaurus Sex, yeah. Costume from 1991 to 2001, told Vice in an interview Tuesday that he began working as a tantra massage specialist and spiritual healer after leaving the popular show Barney and Friends. In 2004, he started his own practice and treats around 30 clients, who he refers to as goddesses. Winning, the 54-year-old former actor said his current job holds many similarities to the time he played Barney. Okay. So he goes on about the energy he brought him and how he brings joy. And it's like, though many people think about Sting's 7-hour marathon sex when they hear the word tantra, Joyner said the practice is much more than that. It's about the abundance of joy and all this other shit. So essentially, the main crux that I want everybody to take away is when he talks about he loves you and you love him, it means something totally different now because he wants to tantric sex you.
Well, at least he wasn't a pedophile, you know.
That's
Yeah.
That
You know?
will tell on that shit.
yeah.
Do you realize I looked this guy up as you were talking about it? He made almost $425,000 a season as Barney.
No, shit's
Jesus.
sold, man.
I didn't realize Barney was a black dude underneath the suit. Didn't care. Didn't watch the show.
You do look good in purple.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, at least he's not a pedophile. He went on to do his own sex thing. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. You have your own outlet. You find a way to make money with it. That's cool. So I mean, it's fine.
So there you go. That's my Jeff story of the week. Barney the dinosaur is now a tantric sex teacher.
Good for you, man.
So our episode's a little thin. We haven't even hit our 90-minute marker yet. So to help this out, I pulled up our favorite game, Explain a Film Plot Badly. And I have
Here
some
we
for
go.
you guys. Because an hour and 10 minutes for an episode of World Class Bullshitters just ain't enough.
I know.
Like, people don't pay for anything, but they wouldn't get enough of us. So
That's funny, too, because last night we were aiming for an hour in the questions and it ended up being like 2 hours and 10
I
minutes.
know, right?
2.5 hours. I know.
It's like,
shit.
we gave you extras last night, so we're going to just mail this shit in tonight.
No, we never mail it in here at World
Oh, I
Class
know.
Bullshitters
I
because then we
know.
wouldn't be world class.
No, it would be semi-pro class.
We would be
XFL
like
class bullshit.
we would be ring rust.
Yeah,
Oh.
he hate me.
Yeah, I hate you. I'm just joking. So, you guys ready for this?
I am.
No, but do it anyways.
Now, listeners, at home, you can play along with us. So, we're obviously going to give out the answers, but we'll wait. I'll count to 3 before asking those guys what you think. That'll give you enough time to try to figure it out, and you can pause it or whatever you want to do. So, first one, and this one's pretty easy. Cocaine and heroin junkie deliberately infects mentally ill handicapped man with AIDS. 3,
Philadelphia.
2. Okay, Kendo guesses Philadelphia. Nick?
I'm going with Scarface.
Dion?
Rain Man.
Well, Kendo was the closest because he said Philadelphia, which has Tom Hanks, but the answer is Forrest Gump.
Damn.
Jenny!
Jenny,
Jesus.
you got the AIDS.
God, Jenny was such a bitch.
Yep.
That dirty, dirty whore.
Literally, she got AIDS.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're a junkie.
Wasn't Haley Joel Osment the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah.
it.
Back
Why
when
he
was
grew up
skinny
the way
Joel
he did.
Osment.
His mom was a junkie.
Yeah, that's why his head is shaped so weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he's fat now. He ate all the food that she could.
And he can see dead people.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
cocaine. That's just the cocaine.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was a coke baby.
He's yours, Forrest. Bitch, you had a baby and you just now tell me about this shit.
He's got a daddy named Forrest too.
I'll never forget my mom when we watched it like as kids for the first time. My mom was like, "He should have hit her harder than that motherfucker hit her earlier in the movie."
Damn.
Yes.
I was
The thing
like, "Jesus, mom."
The thing I love is that they made a restaurant after the movie.
Oh, Bubblegum Shrimp.
Yeah, that's what I love. Like, that's a thing now.
We have one here. Or had one at Kings Island.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Went to one in Florida.
Yeah.
Should
All
have dumped
right,
the girl
so-
that took me.
You guys ready for the next one? Now, this, I don't know if everyone's seen this movie. Maybe you'll figure it out, though. After meeting with a psychiatrist, a man kills his girlfriend's entire family, fleeing away with his friend. Nick?
Gone with the Wind?
Kendo?
Toy Story.
Dion?
Say it again.
After meeting with a psychiatrist, a man kills his girlfriend's entire family, fleeing away with his friend.
Oh shit. American Beauty? Oh no, wait.
And, okay, you got 3 more seconds.
Oh, Natural Born Killers. Fuck.
The correct answer is Get Out.
Okay,
Well
all
played.
right.
That's a good. One.
All right.
And, okay, a guy wanders the woods and kisses a dead girl. Kendo?
I'm gonna go with Snow White.
Nick?
I'm going to go with Zombie Honeymoon.
Nice.
I hope you're right. Dion?
The Revenant.
The correct answer is Snow White.
Yes!
7 Dwarves.
Fuck yeah.
It was a medically induced coma. She had a concussion.
Yeah, she's also probably made allegations against the guy since then. I was asleep and passed out, and he kissed me.
God damn.
I have 7 witnesses. They all saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 delinquents are kidnapped by 2 aliens to bitch slap a mentally unstable serial killer. Kendo?
5 delinquents are kidnapped. I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dion?
Lost in Space.
Nick?
Invaders from Mars.
The correct answer is the Power Rangers movie.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
97. Yay yay.
Oh, here's an easy one. Dion, you'll get this right away. 7 retirees steal some whales to save the planet Earth.
Oh fuck yes. That's
Kendo?
Cocoon.
Nick?
What is The Last Jedi?
Dion, tell everybody again.
Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home.
The best Star Trek movie.
God, that's a good one.
Double
Easy
dumbass.
Wrath of
you.
Khan, you dirty bitch.
I do love some Star Trek movies though. They are entertaining as hell.
More wholesome than Star Wars is, I'll tell you that.
Jeez.
Let's see.
Never thought I'd say that either.
I know.
Oh, this is a good one. Disabled war veteran meets the president and is sorely disappointed.
Born on the 4th of July?
Okay, Nick?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
Kendo?
I was gonna say Forrest Gump.
The correct answer is Escape from New York.
Oh shit! Dude, it was Donald Pleasance. How are you not impressed with Donald Pleasance? Come on.
Yeah, and he got kidnapped by the guy that wrote the theme for Shaft, right? What the fuck?
I know.
Oh, okay. I don't know this image, but I'm going to read it to you anyway, and then we'll Google the answer. People die in Japan because Spider-Man and Kylo Ren won't step on a rock.
What?
I don't know. I'm going to Google it. But
Holy shit!
Butterfly
I just-
effect?
Godzilla.
sure.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
I'm guessing the film's called Silence. It's a 2016 drama. 2 17th century Portuguese missionaries, Father Sebastian Rodriguez and Father Francisco Guarape, embark on a perilous journey to Japan to find their missing mentor of Liam Neeson.
The
Holy
new
shit!
it just came out.
Oh my god.
I kind of got to see this.
Yeah, that sounds a little interesting.
Oh, it's Andrew Garfield.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was thinking Toby.
Yeah.
It's good that you always go Tobey Maguire when someone says Spider-Man.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, it's the one that no one wanted to fucking see ever.
I'm like, what movie would Toby Maguire have been in with Adam Driver?
All right, here's an
truest
extreme
question that will ever be asked on this goddamn.
It's like, what the fuck movie did those two do together?
Tomorrow morning, it's announced that Tobey Maguire stars in Star Wars Episode 9.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And they're both shirtless for some reason. We don't know why.
Yeah.
It's like Satan's Alley from Tropic Thunder. Okay, millennial destroys the construction business by killing an arthritic and disfigured baby boomer.
What?
Kendo?
Force Awakens.
Nick?
Baby's Day Out.
Oh, god damn it. Dion?
Baby boomer, millennial, Mad Max.
The correct answer is a Harry Potter movie. I don't know which one.
Oh, all of them, I guess. The last.
There's a picture of the guy with no nose in like a rubble field.
Voldemort.
Dude.
Yeah, Volksymort.
Yeah, Voldemort.
She made a Star Wars ripoff.
Here's an easy one. White kids get detention.
Say that again.
White kids get detention.
Oh, Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Dangerous Minds.
Are they all white and Dangerous Minds?
I don't know. I'm just naming shit.
Fair enough. It is the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Even though there's no picture.
Get out.
Okay, here's a good one that we're not going to know the answer to. Maybe Nick will know this.
Oh god.
Gorillas in the Mist, but Diane Fossey has sex with a gorilla, then finds out she is also a gorilla.
Get out.
What is Congo?
That was my first guess too.
The correct answer is The Shape of Water.
Wait.
Yeah, you're the only one that's seen it.
Yeah, but I mean, there were no gorillas in that movie.
Yeah, it was he a water monster in the fucking basement
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
that some old man was fucking?
Was it Misty in the basement and there was a
No,
picture of a
it was
gorilla?
just- there was a lot of there was a lot of steam. There wasn't mist though. I mean, I don't know, man.
Hey, I'm not writing these dumb things. I'm just reading them and asking you guys questions.
Yeah. Don't kill the messenger.
All right. A man who talks to birds takes over for his boss. Dion?
Ooh, shit! Man who talks to birds takes over for his.
Oh, I think I know this.
Bruce Almighty? No.
Kendo?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Nick?
The Birdman of Alcatraz.
The correct answer is Aladdin.
What?
Why does he talk to fucking birds?
Well,
Jafar?
Jafar talks
Jafar,
to
yeah.
To Iago.
Oh,
yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, that's bird singular.
I don't know
Maybe
what
there was
to
more
say,
than one
man.
we just didn't notice.
Listen, man, don't fuck with me about Aladdin, dog.
Yeah, don't fuck with him about Aladdin, dog.
Dude, I'm not. It was a great Sega game.
You know what it was? Holy
It
shit,
was a
you're right.
very
It was.
fun Sega game.
You're not wrong.
I prefer the Super Nintendo version myself. Just saying.
La-di-da.
Just saying. Oh, fuck
I
you.
prefer the off-market Lion King, where if you lose, it fucking Simba hangs himself.
Holy shit.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay, where's another one? Some of these just don't have pictures, so I can't really... Text messages help a boy get a girl.
You got mail?
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist?
Oh, I love Kat Dennings. Kendo?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
The correct answer is The Emoji Movie.
Oh, fuck.
That was a thing that happened. Can we talk about that for a second? What people say that we're a little over the top. That was a movie that was fucking. T.J. Miller and Patrick Stewart was in that. What the fuck?
Well, T.J. Miller is a whore for anything. Let's go ahead and say that. That man.
We could pay him to be on this show.
We could, and I think he's an asshole. I don't like the guy.
Oh, he's definitely a piece of shit. But what the I think what was it, like $70 million that movie ended up losing?
Let me see.
They made that. What the fuck?
Yeah, and the people of Saudi Arabia who haven't been able to go to a movie theater in 65 years, they get to finally go to the movie theater, and the movie that they get to see is the Emoji Movie.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ!
This is upsetting. This is totally upsetting.
It made money, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Production budget for $50 million. Domestic was $86 million.
Fuck.
Foreign was $131 million.
No. There was an article that came out a couple weeks ago.
It's gonna be another movie.
They didn't disclose what the marketing was that they spent on it.
That's true. The marketing budget is good.
It was the same thing with Ghostbusters. The same situation where they didn't disclose it, and someone guesstimated the amount, and they were saying that based on I can't remember. Fuck, I want to say it was I can't remember the website, but they were saying it was close to. They're thinking around $70 million that they fucking lost. Because I think they said with Ghostbusters it was like 80 or 90 million that they ended up losing when they took into the marketing. Same thing with John Carter, but they ended up losing like $250 But fuck, man.
All right, here's one that you're gonna love, Dion. Well, actually, everyone's gonna love it. A fallen hero searches for his family, saving his hometown from an evil corporation.
Magnificent Seven.
Kendo?
Get Out.
Nick?
The animated film Robots.
The correct answer is RoboCop 3.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, shit.
They didn't say jetpack. I didn't hear the word jetpack.
Let's see what else they got.
Or Ninja Japanese Robot.
I love those things in that movie. That was the best part of that movie.
The best part was when he got shot in the head and then he kept fucking smiling the whole time. That was so fucked up.
Oh, God.
Okay, this is a great one. I hope you guys get it. Young boy is haunted by Darth Maul, who is hiding behind his father.
Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is.
Just say it, Nick.
Insidious.
God damn.
I know what that is.
The Tick.
X-Men.
Baby's dead. Dunstan checks in. It's
shit.
Yeah, who remembers Dunstan checks in?
I do. God,
I do too. I remember there was a movie I liked that had a trailer for that on the video, and so it was play that song "Jungle Boogie" by the Commodores, and then it would be. I was like, I don't want to see a movie about a fucking monkey at a hotel.
Well, that's something that happened during the 90s. You had those animal movies, which I fucking hated. And I still hate them as well. So
Everybody hated them. That's why they lost a bunch of money.
God.
No, they're huge hits on direct-to-video, man.
Oh, shit.
D2's going to grow up to love Air Bud and Benji and Bingo.
Matt LeBlanc was in one of them.
Ed, I rented that movie.
I think there was one called Spot that came out. Oh, man.
The best one is Clifford, but it's not about the dog. It's Martin Short.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Charles Grodin.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking weird.
It was weird.
All right, here's a weird one. It's kind of obvious, though. Tom Hanks drives a train down the middle of the street and abducts kids on Christmas Eve.
Polar
Express.
Yeah.
No. Sorry,
Okay.
It was Midnight Meat Train. What it is. It's Midnight Meat Train.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. Danny Jones and Bradley Cooper.
Such a weird movie. I love it.
I wish I knew the answer to this one, because this one's amazing. A kid gets stuck in an astral plane, and his only hope is an old lady who Dutch ovens herself in a ghost mask.
Oh, no. That's Insidious as well.
Oh, okay.
That's
Shit, why are
Insidious
there
as
all
well.
these Insidious ones?
Yeah, that's Insidious as well, because she puts on this gas mask that she can, she has to talk to her, and, the guy, one of the people next to her that she trusts, the two dudes in that movie, puts on the headphones and, realizes what she's saying and draws out stuff. And he's stuck because I guess he dreamwalks when he's asleep or whatever, and he gets stuck because that Darth Maul monster keeps him in that world. So that's what happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've seen the first two in theaters. Kind of want to see the fourth one now.
Yeah, don't watch the third one. The third one is they go back to the beginning. It's What the fuck?
Wait, is that the one where they have a young version of Lin Shaye in the very beginning?
It might be. It might be.
Then I think I've seen the first three. I know I loved the first one. Holy shit, I thought that was
Oh, dude,
incredible.
I want to watch. I think the new one came out this week. I kind of want to watch it. I think it's like Keys, like Insidious Keys or whatever. I don't know. I'll check it out at some point.
It's beaten Star Wars at the box office, not like in terms of domestic gross, but like place on the chart.
Gotcha.
I think it's higher than Star Wars, so good. Okay. Poor bloke gets lucky 2 times, but not a third.
Bruce Gigolo, Male Gigolo, and Gigolo Land.
Deuce Bigelow, bitch.
Train Spotting.
Ocean's 11.
You were close with the word ocean, because this movie takes place in the ocean. The movie is Titanic.
Oh, that makes sense. That does actually make sense.
Yeah, that kind of does.
Yeah, he does. He gets lucky twice. Just the first lucky is not good.
Yeah. Okay, this is kind of a weird one. A privileged white male takes a road trip and wrecks a car.
Jesus.
License to drive.
Due date.
I love that movie.
I'm going Fast and Furious 1.
Dion, did you say?
Yeah, I said due date.
The correct answer is Tommy Boy.
Oh man. Jeez. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while for those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Hey.
Let's see. We'll do a few more before we close this out because I think we're nearing that 90-minute.
Do we have any Patreon questions or any emails or anything?
Let's see. Patreon questions. We might, because the week we recorded the Patreon questions, the recording stopped. So that kind of sucked.
God damn it, Sony.
I don't think we have any new Patreon questions. Nobody has sent out the questions. You know, patrons, you're entitled to questions to be read on air. So get on that. We'd love to help read what you ask us. Let's see the notifications on Patreon. That's just... that Belint guy says, hopefully your Patreon money helped Jeff get some Chipotle away. Okay, I'll buy 2 bottles in the morning, sir, since you requested
There
it.
you go. Get that shit stains out of your undies.
Let's see, over on the emails.
All that blood.
Let's see. Jason White says, guys, I'm glad to see your channel is growing and growing. Also, I've been listening to the Fancast this month. Back in June, I listened to the old WCBS episodes. This helped me keep my sanity at work. So that's why I saved the Fancast for January. This month has been shit. I do like the things they have to say. Brian reminds me of this really cool college professor I once had. Liquid Metal Pro says a lot of interesting things. Eric Ward really likes Chipotle and also has some insightful things to say. Even though they agree on a lot of things you guys say on the show, I feel like they just don't repeat what y'all say. They have something new to bring to the table. Also, I really want a Lapis Anus t-shirt.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, we could sell a lot of those.
Oh, here we go. This is awesome. And another thing I wanted to say is, even though I've seen what Joel looks like, every time I hear him on the old episodes, I picture Captain Spaulding.
Oh my god.
I don't know why, but I guess it just fits.
That's so weird.
I dig it. That was a good message. Let's see. To the listeners that sent us... Wait, we got a partnership inquiry?
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if I trust this. It just seems fake.
Fake news.
If it's Pornhub, take it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I will partner with them for sure.
It's from Broadband TV.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I don't
I've
know.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
Are they wanting to give us a show?
Maybe. Well, they're YouTube certified.
Yeah.
Oh, they might be like a multi-channel network type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we're doing okay for now, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to sign away anything as we're starting to grow. It's like, oh, you guys can't say this, or you can't do that,
Right.
or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this show's not fun anymore. I quit. I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we just start something else again.
Yeah, I don't want to start from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say money is everything, but the patrons are really helping us get some footing. We're able to get new stuff and really make more content, and channel views are growing and all that good stuff. So, we'll just keep it the way it is now and thank all the people that do help us make the channel possible, because without you people, it would be a lot more difficult to do. So,
plus, we wouldn't get nearly as much for selling out now as we will down the line.
True, very true.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be valuable in 20 years instead of, well, I'm not waiting 20 years to make money. Point is, no thank you. So, let's see. Kaylin Webb asks us if we've read the rewrite of Act 1 of The Last Jedi from Nick Udapau's people. I won't read it on air because we're kind of running a little long now. But I will read it, and I will tell you what I think. And to the guy that wanted me to read his comic, or where's it at over here? I know somebody wanted me to read something about the comic. I'll check that out too. Goop has sent us a bunch of emails, so thank you, Gwyneth. Make sure you call me in the morning.
Oh yeah, girl.
And somebody sent a video titled Yoda wanted to train Leia, not Luke. Let's see. It says, looks like the short series, they're retconning Yoda to want to train Leia instead of Luke. Oh, it comes from Collider. No wonder it's a fucking piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck Collider. God damn it. I see that little C in a circle. I know it's garbage entertainment. Not even entertainment. It's just garbage content. You got a bunch of sycophantic idiots that don't get anything. They're trying to be funny. Like, oh, let's take it from a different point of view. Ha ha. Just like that line in Return of the Jedi. No, motherfuckers. Everything you guys do is fucking internet cancer. Please just fuck off and die.
That's a bad. That's a really bad kind of cancer.
Yes,
Yeah,
incurable.
nobody wants your content. Okay? Let Disney pay you guys underneath the table. You're akin to Kevin Smith. You're just a bunch of fucking shills that no one respects. And if you're those people that think their insider information is great and their opinions are great, their opinions aren't honest. That's the problem. Their opinions are based on how to remain in the good graces of these companies.
Bought
Go
and
back
paid
and look
for.
at the old shit. Yeah. Look at the old shit these people cover. It's not a very hard paper trail to follow. This John Campea dude always has positive things to say. They always tweet out, "Oh, early response to Suicide Squad's great, blah 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 blah. Everyone's gonna love it." Suicide Squad is one of the worst movies any comic book franchise has ever put out.
If you ever need more
It's
evidence,
garbage.
just watch Collider's coverage of the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I shit you not. They said they were better than the Sam Raimi trilogy. Fuck that guy.
They're dumb.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of uninformed people that know each other, and that's how they get the jobs.
Yep.
And I'm not afraid to say that. That's why we can't be bought by some stupid multi-channel network thing, because they're like, well, you can't really make fun of other channels. Well, guess what?
We
No
will.
one owns us but us. We will make fun
Yeah,
of other channels.
fuck Collider.
They're the worst. I might just make a video called Collider's Internet Cancer. That might be it.
There we go.
Dude. Oh my god.
I'll work on it. I'll get it out. I'll try to get it for February. Well, fuck, it's the 25th of January. Of course it'll be out in February.
Yeah.
We'll brainstorm it Saturday night while we're bar crawling.
Or how they said that Batman vs Superman was going to beat Civil War.
Yeah.
Dion, I'm going to need you to help me get this information, because you definitely have watched them more than I have.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand their bullshit. I can't stand screen junkies. Like, I see Andy Signore's face, I just want to punch his bearded ass.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even a violent guy. I just look at his stupid fucking head and I'm like, you are the worst fucking judge of any topic in history. You're so biased, it's not even funny. Hence your judgment has no credibility to it. You're not consistent. You are worried about people's feelings instead of the arguments, but then other people that you know you can kind of push the envelope with what you can say to them, you do, and when you get these chicks that don't know shit about comics or video games or movies outside of like, oh my god, it won an Oscar, mate. Like, who cares? I don't care if a movie won a fucking Oscar. You notice we didn't talk about the Oscars tonight because they're a bunch of garbage.
Exactly.
Give a shit.
Yeah. When football is more important than the Oscars on this show, you know
Yep.
something is up.
Yep.
And don't even... Look it. I looked at the nominations for 5 minutes. I hope Logan wins and Wonder Woman doesn't deserve shit. Fuck that movie. If it gets an Oscar, then go back and retroactively give Captain America: The First Avenger an Oscar because it's the same fucking movie.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I think we've hit our 90 minutes, so let's put this baby to bed. Yeah, if the fucking fangs and the vitriol came out at the end of the show, felt good.
Oh yeah, that's why we're
I think people
class, baby.
I think people wanted to hear it.
Goddamn right.
Let's see. The videos are doing great thanks to the thousands and thousands of you that have watched everything we've been putting out lately. The subscriber special's a little low, but I'm sure it'll catch on later. I had to put it out in the morning as opposed to the day. The Spider-Man Patreon hangout is cool. And man, people are loving the Star Wars dollar toy videos. What do you guys think about that, though?
I think it's hilarious.
$1 for those toys.
I think it's just hilarious that all this bullshit about we want more toys. We want the smaller characters, especially characters like Rosebud or whatever the fuck her name is. Nobody's buying them. You're welcome.
Rose Tico?
Yeah.
I love in the video that you actually like took the card to the price check thing and made sure that like that was the price for them, so everybody can't bitch.
Dude, because there was people still doing it, man. I had to
God.
I actually delved into the comment section the other day, and some guys like, "Oh, yeah, you have to have a special card to get it at that type of price." I'm like, dude, it's a fucking Kroger card. Everybody,
which you can sign up for like at the fucking customer service desk in 3 minutes and get it.
It's free, and if you're gonna be going to Kroger, if you're a Kroger shopper, everyone has a Kroger Plus card, so that guy can kiss my ass.
Yeah, I bitch slapped him.
It's not like a big membership thing. It's like you got to get a platinum membership and pay $100, a year or some shit like that. It's a free fucking card. It's easy to get.
Everyone gets it, dude.
Everyone that shops at Kroger has a Kroger card, dude. When I lived in Michigan, I learned about Kroger cards because you would see them on everybody's key ring, and I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's got a Kroger card. And then I got one because I started working at Kroger. It was a fun time.
So for that asshole that thinks it's a big high-end thing to get a fucking card, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. It's the most basic thing.
Basic shit, dude.
Just like he's a basic
stop making
bitch.
excuses. Yeah, he is a bitch. But stop making excuses. I'm so tired of everything. It's like, well, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, dude. Sometimes shit just sucks and shit is clearanced because people don't want it anymore. So get over it.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking tired
of Star Wars is slowly dying. It's gonna die one day.
Disney is not reading your comments and saying, "Oh, they're dying on the hill of Star Wars to defend us. We must pat this person on the back and hire them." It's not gonna happen.
No. Disney just cares about your fucking money. They don't give a shit about you. They care about your goddamn money more. Yeah,
you're not gonna get a letter of appreciation.
You're not gonna get a discount for their fucking park.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
They're just gonna shit on you and say, "Pay for that."
Yeah, exactly.
Well. Yeah, it's been a weird week with that, but I'm thankful for everyone that watched it. It made it worth my time to go fill up a cart full of shit. Because the reason I made it or scanned everything is because I went and checked out the prices the other week and they were $3. So
yeah, and I do love you had like the actual proof there. You scanned it, it said the price, so nobody can bitch at you. Well, I mean,
Well, because everyone's like, oh, you made up something or blah blah blah. That's the one thing I don't do with this shit. That's why I put the articles in the video, so people don't think I'm making it up. The links are there, the images are there. It's like, these are real things.
Yeah, we do the fucking research, more than you motherfuckers do anyways. And we actually, find the shit out ourselves. That's what we do.
Or better yet, Jeff said this in the last episode, because we're willing to spend the fucking money on it. I just bought a fucking $500 C-3PO fucking figure. You think I'm gonna fucking spend a bunch of money or make fun of something because I don't buy the figures, or I'm somehow trying to garner up this fake persona to get views? No, motherfuckers, because if it's awesome, we are the people that are gonna fucking buy it the first time that comes out.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you guys? He's just shitting on. If it were awesome stuff, I've been to this man's fucking house on multiple occasions. We've gotten into arguments about figures. If they were good figures, Jeff would fucking buy. He's come multiple times that he's come up to see me, and I'm not making this shit up. We will go to Toys R Us, and when we go to Meijer, we go in the toy section specifically because some toys are here at my Meijer that aren't in his stores in fucking Cincinnati. Like, what the fuck? We're not making this shit up to be cool, guys. We'll buy the shit.
Hell, if I ever want a good toy, good quality toy, I talk to Jeff because he knows his shit.
Yes.
He knows where to get
Yeah.
them. He
This
knows.
man
He knows
bought
it,
a fucking $80 Batman figure. He isn't gonna just shit on Star Wars. If they were good figures, he would buy them. He's bought thousands of dollars worth of these figures. So that fucking asshole. And I saw that comment. I didn't say anything because I was like, I'm gonna be really mean. I don't want to fuck over the channel with this shit. I was gonna call him some really mean shit. Trust me, motherfucker.
Probably some douchebag that just found the video and wanted to be an ass.
Yeah, you haven't had the required amount of wet dreams to fucking have an opinion on this goddamn.
Boom!
Jesus Christ. Piss me off.
You make me happy, Dion.
Wait till Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. So, folks, listeners of the channel, make sure... I'm going to try. I'm not promising anything, but I'm going to try to figure out how to live stream to this channel on my phone. Because Kendo, Dion, and I are going to be going out downtown Cincinnati, having dinner, drinking beers, talking about the channel, working a lot of shit out. And it would be fun to do a live stream if I can figure it out and to talk to you guys directly. So at least expect videos from our excursions through Cincinnati. And if you're a patron, be prepared for a few things we've been working on. So we're going to play a couple games, all full videos. Not going to come to YouTube. They're all going to be stuff for you guys on Patreon because you've helped this channel grow so much. So we're going to use the new stuff we've gotten to produce stuff for you. So thank you very much. Anybody have anything else they want to say before we put this baby to bed?
Patrons, just think of it this way. Kendo with a GoPro. What could possibly go wrong? That's what we'll have.
Pancakes. Lots of pancakes.
Oh, my God.
And we'll probably live stream Friday night for a few minutes on the Facebook page because for some reason I like doing that when I'm
For the love
Cincinnati.
of God, just give me like a 5-second warning. Just one 5-second warning is all I need. So I can
Deal.
put all the links everywhere. That's all I need.
Like,
all right.
Like, Nick, getting ready to hit the live stream on the Facebook group.
Yeah, because I'll be waiting when you do it. I'll post a link everywhere. I just need like 5 seconds. That's all I need.
Well, the reason I want to try to figure out our YouTube live streams is because we have almost 16,000
Oh, yeah,
subscribers.
we'll
So
reach
the
way
chance
more
of these
people.
people who are like, oh my God, 400 people are watching you. It's like, cool.
Well,
Now we have a reason to talk.
Yeah, I'm going to research it and see what I can find. I know phone wise it's weird because you need like a particular signal and brand of phone and this, that, and the other. I'll look into it, see what I can find on it. I think you just need the app and like a decent camera, and it'll be okay. But I don't know. I'll check it out.
Well, it'll just be extra fun for the people because, I don't know, I'm having such a good time producing content now. Like, it's finally... I mean, it's not finally fun, it's always been fun, but we're finally reaching an audience to where it's like I put in all this time, and then so many people are watching it, and then they respond, and we have discussions, and that's my favorite part, the interaction with these people. Good or bad, there are some crazy people out there that love to tell us these crazy things, and we're just like, thanks. And then there are some people that are assholes, and we're just like, okay. And then there's mostly cool people that enjoy the videos and want to have discussions with us. So if you're one of those people, or if you're one of the weird ones and we just don't get you, thank you. Nick, you want to tell everyone about Days of the Dead Atlanta?
Yes, I will be at Days of the Dead Atlanta, the 2nd through the 4th at the Sheridan Hotel. I will be at a Buckshore Productions booth. I'll be selling Frankenthug. I'll also be at the panel for the movie Frankenthug Sunday at 1 p.m. as well. I can't guarantee I will be sober for any of this.
Good.
Dion, you got anything you want to say?
I love boobies.
America,
I love
Go Team.
nude scenes and
Yeah.
Fever. If you're listening, hit me in my DMs.
Off the top of your head, what's your favorite nude scene?
That weird sex scene in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he fucks two chicks. What's the name of that movie? Shit, I can't remember. Not Markford. That's Steven Seagal.
Time
The
Cop.
Quest?
The Time Cop one's not bad, but I can't remember the name of it. But he's in a hotel
Bloodsport.
with two chicks, and he's like doing like the rodeo thing with her. It's a good scene.
Kendo, Nick, do you guys have a favorite one you want to mention before we go off air?
Desperado.
Oh, Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Selma Hayek. I was just like, I can't. Yeah.
That's a good one. I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's so many probably. The Billy Bob
Yeah.
Thornton and Halle Berry one from Monsters Ball is just kind of.
Make me feel good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one just oddly like weirdly like just sucks you in though. It's just like so awkward and weird, but you can't look away.
Like a car crash.
Yeah, it's like wow, this is just really fucked up. But why am I not just skipping past the scene right now?
No, nobody's an Antichrist. Come on, guys.
Dustin's off the show. Somebody the other day was like, Dustin was the best part of your show.
Oh,
I'm like,
fuck you.
I was like, what show did you listen to?
I'm sorry, but when you have to explain jokes, you're fucking done. You're fucking done.
3/5 of his jokes were funny.
Fuck you. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching episode 107 of World Class Bullshitters. I'm so happy that I forgot to do the normal outro. So this has been World Class Bullshitters episode 107. Every Thursday night we take a dump on the world of pop culture. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it everywhere you can, and comment. We love to read them. If you're a super fan and you have the money, 30 cents a day, 17 cents a day, which equals, $5 a month on Patreon gets you tons of great exclusive content, a digital poster, and you're really helping the channel grow. The higher you go up, the more stuff you get. You get a t-shirt at the top tier, all that great stuff. So thanks to the 100 and plus of you that have joined the Patreon page. Every dollar you guys have donated has gone directly back into this channel. We greatly appreciate it. Also, last week I put a song at the end of the video that everyone seemed to really like. I got a bunch of positive responses. So, I'm going to keep using that song as the outro every week. It's a royalty-free song from a channel called TechnoAxe. It's called Night Sky Over Los Angeles. And since you enjoyed it so much, I'll put the full song at the end of the video instead of a 30-second clip. So, if you want to listen to the song, it'll be at the end of the episode. If you're not interested, you can click away because you've heard everything we have to say. So we'll be back next week with more content here on World Class Bullshitters.